What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of cool duels for you guys to check out. Our first duel is actually going to be with a Danger Time Thief variant, and I think this is the second Time Thief duel that I've shot for this channel. And in the first one, I did ask the question if Time Thieves were already like competitively viable, if they were kind of meta relevant right out the gate. And I think that the answer is kind of low key yes. I think that they're already on the level of something like Cyber Dragons. I think that this deck could probably top 8 a regional. I saw on Reddit that there was a crazy play where if you open up with the Stratos of the deck, whose name escapes me right now, and then Zodiac Barrage, you can actually end on a Rusty Bardique and Azathoth during your opponent's turn, and then you also get the Exceed Redoer on field with also a trap card attached, which gives them that Phoenix Swim Windblast effect. And that is absolutely insane considering you're doing all of that from 2 cards and you basically stop your opponent from using monster effects. So we're going to show you guys some of the plays that you can do. And yeah, Danger definitely working this archetype. The entire archetype is dark, so definitely no conflictions there. Opens up with his Rescue Rabbit, and also Danger Cooper Chabra. This is a really good card because it can special summon itself out of your hand. Plus, it's a level 4, so obviously the Exceed plays, and then you can go for like Mothman. He brings that out by the Danger Jackalope. So you can see right here, my man already got 5 monsters on board. That's pretty good. I saw somebody, I think it was Farfa, who was like, "Bring back Shockmaster." Farfa. You want to reevaluate, bring back Shockmaster, baby, because there's a turn 1 Shockmaster right here. So if you're playing Sky Striker, your opponent drops Shockmaster, GG no re. Anyways, you can see that he already is going to be able to get the Phantom Knights of launch on field. And this is what I'm talking about, where you can see just based on this, all he has to do is just activate Redoer's effect. He can activate the Wind Up Rabbit ability. It can banish itself. It'll come back to the field during his opponent's next turn. It'll have no materials, and then he can just rank it up into Azathoth, and basically your opponent ain't using monster effects during that next turn. Now, all of these other plays with the Beginning of the End and Brilliant Fusion, these are all extender plays. I had never seen this before, so this is kind of all new. But these are the type of plays I think you will start seeing pretty like reliably. So you can see right here, he has a turn 1 Rusty Bardiche, plus he has the Boil Sword Dragon, and if he's smart, as soon as his opponent enters the draw phase or the standby phase, whatever, no, excuse me, main phase. Okay, maybe this is why it's only in the main phase. That's the reason why, because I was like, why didn't he just activate this immediately? He is going to get Kaiju'd, and I was wondering, I was like, why didn't he do it during the draw or standby? It's because I think I saw somebody post that your opponent always gets kind of the first action, because this can only, the rank up launch can only be activated in the main phase. So your opponent has the kind of turn priority to do something, and that's why his opponent's in this game. If he didn't have that Kaiju, he just would have went for Azathoth, and obviously he just would have basically ranked it up, and none of these monster effects for Crusadia would have actually happened. Now, Crusadia is a dangerous deck. Like, Crusadia is a deck where if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. So you never want to have Crusadia have like any potential to basically, get back in a game. He was smart there. He shifted Kaiju to defense mode, the game itself, so he doesn't take any damage. He's going to negate the Rusty Bardiche. I really wish Crusadia Equamax destroyed the card that it negated. It would have been, probably a much better duel for him, as he's just going to lose out to Boil Sword Dragon, and he probably is going to end this. Okay, he doesn't end this the game this turn, but I think that his opponent does top deck a bad card, and basically it's GG no re. But you guys are seeing the level of plays that this deck can do are incredibly strong, and I was quite surprised. But I think that right now, every kind of dark engine in Yu-Gi-Oh, whether it be Lunalights or whether it be Time Thieves, like, they're all just viable because of this guy. I'm starting to realize that Rusty Bardique makes all of these cards actually pretty damn good, because all of these dark archetypes kind of always eventually go back into him. Our second duel is going to be, oh yeah, this is the Goki versus Orcust duel. This duel should be a blowout, on paper. And by the way, this is not Rango Goki. This is actually just straight up pure, I call it the manly version of Goki. It's when you're not running the Nightmare monsters, you're actually running the Goki monsters. Anytime you see my boy All Might here and you see the other Goki links, it's a manly version of Goki. But, obviously Orcus are a far better deck than Goki. One of the best decks in the OCG. That was predictable, much like Salamangreats. If you get a themed Infernity Barrier that also has an additional effect, you're basically, like, Konami's just making your archetype artificially good at that point. There's no way your deck's going to continue to be bad when you get all of that. You can see he gets his first turn, or his turn 1 combo looking incredibly good. I think the reason, if you're wondering why he used Dingirsu, and he kind of like popped his own card, why he used the Rusty Bardique, what he's trying to do here is he's trying to get the Exceed to have no materials, so that he can use his rank up, go for True King of all calamities. Whenever you're using the Phantom Knight's launch, your Exceed cannot have any materials. So you'll see these players do kind of weird plays, but they're just trying to get the materials off their Exceed monsters. So I mean, this should be just GG no re off a break. You're going to have True King of all calamities, double Fog Blade. Like, what more do you want? You have all the negation in the world, basically. You see he waits for his opponent to act, summons True King of all calamities. He's going to pop his opponent's Goki monster as well. I believe he activated True King, just the calamities, just to make sure that the Goki monster would not activate. Bottomless Trap Hole on the World Legacy Crown. Galatea is going to probably get the Infernity Barrier. Yep, you're going to set that. Generally, you only need to use it once in a duel. That's the reason why you're seeing a lot of players just run kind of one copy, but I don't think it would hurt to run two. Now, the Stormy Mirror Force actually slowed him down, and he's very lucky, by the way. I'm talking about the Orcust, but he's very lucky he didn't put True King of all calamities in attack mode, because I probably would have. Who the fuck plays Mirror Forces anymore? Loses both of his monsters, and it still looks pretty damn grim, but breakthrough skill, this is why I love the card. It gets rid of the True King of all calamities effect, and now he can actually play. I guess, Solemn Strike would have done essentially the same thing. I think he has 3 break swords. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 break swords. He's got break swords for days. He's gonna go for the Goki Heal Ogre, and then he's going to go for Goki Rematch. That's going to probably put him in territory, or put him in the range of one of those 4s. Yep, he has the Goki Giant Ogre. I did not know this guy's effect when a card targets him to negate that by losing 500 attack. I didn't know that it's not a hard once per turn, so he's going to negate the first Fog Blade. He activates his second one. He's going to negate that one too, and don't look now, but this is actually a duel. He's going to gain 1,000 life points because his attack is something different than his original attack, but he's actually fighting back. Like, this Goki player is back in this duel, and he can keep using that effect to make himself gain 1,000 attack. It's a quick effect. Now the thing is, he's unaffected by monsters that are 3,000 attack or lower, so his opponent rams in the with Borolo Dragon, thinking he's gonna be able to take it. Nope, bro, that doesn't actually work. People gotta read these damn Goki cards, these random Goki cards that they don't actually play IRL, they just play them on the anime. Borolo Dragon can't basically take it, and it cannot be destroyed in battle either, so obviously it's not going to die that way. And now he's kind of back in this duel, and I would say that he's basically, this game's not even anymore. I'd say he has an advantage. Now, this was the one problem he's actually going to have. The Orcust Nightmare cannot be destroyed by Link monsters, so even though he has 2 copies of the Giant Ogre, he actually can't get over her. And I'm not sure, well, maybe if he got this one right here, yeah, if he got Scorpio on field, he'd probably be able to kill her, but it's actually just going to kind of slow him down. It's not like Gokis have any Synchro monsters or Xyz or anything like that. So the the Orcust Nightmare is actually kind of holding it down. She can't be destroyed by battle. Now, he got goes in match, but unfortunately it's just not very good in this matchup, because Orcust are only really playing dark monsters. Unless you're in the OCG and you're playing like Max C, you're not going to summon anything that's not dark. He flips over the goes in match, but again, not doing much. I believe that Borolo Dragon is going to be brought back, but this is all for basically like Link plays. And I think that Longirsu is looking to take out one of the Giant Ogres, and this is where Orcust just proved, definitively, hey, we're the better deck. We can start out grinding you. We can use our card effects over and over and over again. Not sure if that second rank up launch is ever actually going to be used in this duel, because most people don't play like a second target. They'll play True King of all calamities, but that's pretty much it. Tries to use the Giant Ogre effect, only to get hit with the Infernity Barrier. Now he's gonna banish it to get a Rhoda. That card is nuts. How's that card fair? Galatea is hit with the Solemn Warning, and now the Goki player is basically out of resources. Even if Hadbat does get him a Goki rematch, I'm not really sure that he's coming back at this point, because Goki rematch is only a Link 2, and I'm not sure that a Link 2 is actually going to break this pretty big board with the Orchestrion plus the Dengirsu, but we'll see. Maybe he can find a way to come back. He goes for another Heal Ogre, and he's triggering some effects, but I just don't think that it's going to be enough, especially considering that Longirsu can activate the effect. He has so many cards banished, he can just keep activating these guys. He can activate the effect, he can get rid of the Heal Ogre, sends to the graveyard. Now he has nothing but a simple Nightmare Cerberus. He activates the effect. Problem is, he can just use Orchestrion. He can actually negate it, so he won't even get the draw, let alone being able to destroy something. He searches his rematch, and then he realizes, Cap G, I have lost. But I feel like he can be very proud proud of that performance. He really should not have been in that duel, and I mean, I thought he fought the good fight, especially considering that his opponent threw, 3 fog blades and a turn 1 True King of all calamities and all this other jazz like the Orcust Infinity Barrier. I feel like he definitely held his own for a lot longer than what we expected. But hopefully you guys enjoyed those duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. And actually, you know what? Let's just throw in a quick deck profile, because it was 60 cards. I would imagine that it would be kind of difficult to just guess exactly what was in here, but I mean, it's just kind of like it's like 4 engines in here. Obviously, since Time Thieves only have a few monsters, you're going to maximize all of them. And the few monsters that they have, they're all good. Stratos, Rescue Rabbit, like these are really, really good cards. Run a Danger Engine because you got level 4s in Danger. So as of right now, I honestly don't know why you wouldn't even run a Danger Engine. Plus the PKs, they work really well with the Archetype because they help you get to Rusty Bardiche, and also they help you get to other cards like Extenders. The Brigadine is also a level 4 monster. Plus, if you discard these from the Danger cards, like not even that big of a deal. Now this one does run a whole bunch of plant cards, which the entire purpose is really just to get the Brilliant Fusion, but also you can search Instant Fusion, and that's why the Mud Dragon is in here, because it's just another level 4 monster. Keep in mind that your Time Thief Redoer can use any level 4 monsters. It can be level 4s of Dark Attribute or, whatever else. This is why Norden can never come back. Norden is never going to come back because of this new Time Thief archetype. Imagine if Norden was in the game with this new Time Thief. That would be crazy. Then the spells are just, a whole bunch of like fusion cards and dark cards. Lord Darkness, Beginning of the End, because you're running the Dangers. Instant Fusion, which gets you a level 4. Brilliant Fusion, which sends like Trick Clown to the graveyard, also gives you an additional normal summon. You have to run the Phantom Knights of Launch because you're running the Rusty Bardiche in the deck, and then the other PK cards can all just be searched when the PKs go to the graveyard. And then this is the trap card that, you can also attach, so it's also pretty good. But just want to show you guys what the deck is looking like. If you're playing a more pure variant of Time Thieves, then you will be running more copies of Redoer. Not sure you need Dark Rebellion, Exceed Dragon, but I guess it's just another target for something like the Phantom Knights of Breaksword when you bring your PKs back and they become level 4.